If you just are a slave to your inbox, if you are reactionary instead of proactive about how you block your calendar and how you spend time, you're never going to be effective as a CEO. I always looked at Inbox Zero as this award that you get for responding to all of your emails. And I think that I've shifted my mindset over time to be such that you have to be intentional about how you spend your time. So I've really moved from that reactive mindset of constantly responding to requests, responding to emails, responding to Slack messages, and moving to more of an intentional space where I'm setting out my executive OKRs and goals and making sure that I've blocked time for those. And then, of course, getting back to people in my inbox. The one thing I would say is when I started out in my career working in the startup space in Toronto and the marketing space, there were so many people who took time to grab coffee with me, to let me pick their brain, to make introductions. So to me, regardless of how busy you get, you have to build in time to give back in that manner. And listen, I'm 35. There are folks who are my mentors who are 10, 20 years ahead of me in my career. But I think it's important as you grow in your career to remember that you should be paying it forward. You should be, giving advice and providing space for people who are coming up behind you. And so I always make it intentional to build frameworks to do that in a way that doesn't take up my entire calendar, whether that's weekly office hours or committing to work with certain organizations. And then it's just being really intentional about saying no and doing it in a kind way. I have a bunch of draft email templates about how I say no. And all of them are just, hey, I'd love to do this thing. I'm heads down on my business. I don't have the capacity or space, but here's someone else in our organization that can do it. Or here's a friend or peer that actually would benefit way more than me. So to me, I always try to have a no, but here's a recommendation for someone else or another resource that you can go to.
That's such a cool idea to have a bit of a list of responses to equip yourself with, because that in itself is a time saver.
Yeah. And I mean, my biggest challenge in life is saying no, because I love being a helpful person. I think I've built a reputation of being someone who is helpful, who always makes time for people, who goes out of their way for people. So to me, saying no feels like I'm a jerk. And I think a lot of people struggle with this. How do you protect your own time? How do you focus on your own time and space, but still make space for people whom you want to help?